right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the MLG Finals 2015. I am Maven, joined by TP and Mr. X. How are you delightful lads doing this morning?
Doing really well, Maeve.
Pretty good.
A lot of exciting matches yesterday.
Yeah.
Matt, what'd you think about them?
Crazy matches. A lot of blowouts, though. I mean, matches we expected to be close. I mean, me and Puckett did ON Vitality. Expect that one to be pretty close. That was a blowout. I mean, Vitality did not look good at all yesterday. So, gonna look to see if some of those teams can bounce back today.
All right, well, I know in a moment here we'll be taking a look at the pools, kind of give you guys an update. If you weren't able to tune in on Friday, I know there are a lot of people at home. You kind of hop in for Saturday and Sunday when it really comes down to the wire. You get the end of group play. You start to get some elimination games, and we're going to be hopping into the action here shortly. But let's take a look first at Pool A here. I want to get your guys' opinions as we hop in and take a glance at the action. TP, break this down for me. I guess what surprised you really in this bracket?
Basically, in our predictions yesterday, we did not think Infuse would be as strong as they're performing so far. Should have had that win, honestly, in my opinion, versus OG. Saw that one. Optic Gaming, once again, able to clutch. We saw, Optic and FaZe always able to clutch out matches like that, and that's why OG is 3-0.
Well, Matt, I mean, how impressed were you that Infuse bounced back after that and still went 2-1?
Yeah, that's what I was impressed with, that they were able to bounce back after that loss. But after how strong we saw them play against Optic Gaming, I wasn't surprised that they went on to beat TK and XGN.
Definitely.
Right? I think
to be able to bounce back like that after a pretty huge loss versus OG, it's good. It was good for them to sort of take the positive.
They blew
from
that game against OG.
And, when you blow a map like that, it's pretty tough.
No, I couldn't agree more. Let's move forward here. We'll go on to Pool B and take a look at this, see how the action broke down. On top, FaZe 3-0. Matt, are you shocked at all to see that?
No, not at all. With the way we've seen them play, Zuma just playing out of his mind all day yesterday. Expect this FaZe team to go pretty far. ISO 1-1, Nation 1-2, kind of the starts you'd expect from that team. I believe I saw late last night Vitality beat ISO.
Yes, I
believe that is true. So I believe Vitality is going to be 1-2 and ISO 1-2.
Yeah,
so that's
some
a
sort of
three-way tie, which is exactly
going on.
what you want if you're Vitality. You want to start off. You wanted to force that three-way tie potential, and they've kind of done that now.
Exactly. This pool is pretty much straightforward in my opinion. FaZe, Zuma did not stop the entire day yesterday. I casted every single one of their matches, and each time the kid has to have like a 2.0 KD at this point. His sniper's not missing. None of his battle shots were missing on the Parliament. What he dropped, like 43, 44, something ridiculous.
His brain's wired differently, man. He's on
it's unreal, showing why he's been probably the strongest player throughout the second half of AW. Rest of the group pretty much makes sense how we predicted it.
All right, well, let's move forward. Go on to Pool C. Not a lot of surprises there in Pool B. We'll see if we had the upsets here. Now, we saw Denial start very strong in the day, but what really stood out for you, Teep, in this group?
Basically, I don't think many people had high expectations for Rise, but they were able to come up with a last map win, get the 2-1 in the group, looking like they're going to be coming out second unless anything crazy happens. Denial steamrolling people, kind of what we expected. Wasn't sure how Classic was going to be able to perform after that switch happened with Replays and Classic, but overall, their uplink game looks probably the best I've seen, to be honest.
And Matt, thoughts?
Yeah, Classic's a really good player. I think he was a good fit.
Brought that pressure.
He brings in a lot more slaying power than they had with Replays. I'm surprised Rise as well. I mean, come on. I don't think anyone coming into this thought. I think
the bar was
I
real
thought
low.
they were going to be by Millennium. But I mean, they were able to win 2 games yesterday.
I think we can all agree there. But I mean, Epsilon struggling and Rise playing well. I mean, those two, I think we all would have swapped in our heads.
Epsilon was a team that was kind of based all off of teamwork, right? Remy worked really well with Royalty and Nagafin, and now they bring in Aqua, who, they've played with Aqua before, but it's not the same
anymore. Especially, they've been making a lot of improvements, kind of threw it all away, and why stop something that's working and constantly improving? So a little bit of a struggle for Epsilon so far. Going to see if they're going to be able to bounce back, probably going into that loser bracket, but looking like Rise going with that #2 spot, so that's really good for them.
Very surprising stuff. Now, let's keep going through. We've got Pool D here. Team Envious is on top. Matt, I know we talked about that Envy Elevate match at the end of the night we thought was going to be a big one. I know we got a chance to see some of it, but looking at this, you surprised to see Envy on top? What really shocked you?
No, I actually had Envy in that Elevate game last night. I thought it was going to be 3-2 or just a close game all throughout. I thought if Elevate was going to win, they were just going to blow them out right away. The longer the series went on, it was better for Envy. I think both those teams are the clear-cut top of this pool.
The easiest group to potentially predict.
I believe you guys casted Envy Citadel. That wasn't pretty at all.
No, it was me and Jack, and it was Struggle City. Yeah, I actually was concerned they were going to fly back to Australia after the match. It has turned out they have stuck it out for the weekend.
Oh, that's good.
That's very good. Always have a chance in that loser bracket to build some momentum back into the tournament. But for me, kind of agree. I wasn't sure how Envy was going to be able to perform against a top dog like Elevate, but they held their own. Top of the group so far, looking darn good with that Looney's injured combo.
Isn't that Envy? Isn't that Envy of the past like 3 months? They start really well on Friday. Look at Grass. He has to tweet out like, we haven't had the team play this well on Friday and Saturday in 17 years. And then all of a sudden they face off against a top team and they get crushed. I mean, that has been their MO, at least for the past couple of months. I know they've had some roster changes, so it is different. But still, Envy's kind of an org, I feel, that kind of gets these curses. They had that second place curse forever. Now it's been like this.
Exactly.
We get to Sunday and
they get to that first major challenge and they just seem to just barely crumble. Last event of AW, we're going to see if they're going to be able to get over that, that final challenge, see if they can break through and get one of those top spots.
I mean, they have a team that they have veterans who have played on Sunday before now.
Right.
I mean, Aqua, obviously, finals at Champs played really well. But, I mean, Octane really hadn't played in too many big games on Sundays. Not that I can remember before that. So now they have a roster. I mean, Gunjar, he's gotten second place a bunch of times with TK.
Yep.
You said that with like a smile on your face. He's gotten second.
Like it's funny.
All right, well, good stuff, guys. We're going to have a quick commercial break. We've got more to discuss here as we get ramped up for Game 1. Really just waiting on the players to get set up. So quick commercial break. We'll be right back.